On this day in history, August 9th, 378, as part of the Gothic War, the Battle of Adrianople is fought, wherein a large Roman army led by the Emperor Valens is defeated by the Visigoths. Valens is killed along with over half of his army. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopaedia Britannica, going over the history of the battle. This is one of the milestones of military and, in less degree, of political history. For the Roman Empire's barriers against the barbarians were breached so gravely that temporary repair was effected only by the substitution of the forces of destruction, the Goths and the Teutons, for the regular imperial forces, and it also marks the changing relative values of infantry and cavalry. The Visigoths were allowed in 376 to move inside the Roman border to escape the pressure of the Huns. A year later, they revolted, and in 378 the Emperor Valens determined to subdue them. When, August 9th, the attack was made, the main body of the Gothic cavalry was away foraging. Gothic offers of surrender, made to regain time for their recall, failed. The Romans, with the legions in the center, and the cavalry on the wings as customarily, assaulted the Goths' position around the Great Wagon Lage, when suddenly the enemy's squadrons appeared on the scene and charged like a thunderbolt against their left flank. The Roman cavalry were swept aside, while the Gothic horse drove the left-wing infantry in upon the center and reserve, the pressure forcing the Romans into a disordered mass which was too dense to allow them to use their weapons. Surrounded on all sides and forsaken by their right-wing cavalry and foot, the Roman main body was massacred, and only after 2/3 of the army had fallen could the survivors break through and follow the retreat of the right wing. That evening the sun set for all time on the glory of the legions. The infantry, who had been the foundation of Roman world power and a 1,000 years era of cavalry supremacy, was ushered in. Henceforth, cavalry became the predominant arm of the Roman army. As reorganized by Theodosius, and 150 years later, during Justinian's revival of Roman power, we find Belisarius risking battle and achieving victory without waiting for his infantry to arrive on the battlefield.